Hello everyone. Are you someone who is struggling to teach your child independence in their daily routine, like brushing, toileting, bathing, etc.? Do your mornings feel rushed and stressful because you still have to help your child with all of their daily routines before he or she is getting ready for school? Or have you been trying to teach your child independence in some daily routine tasks and the process has been really slow and frustrating? Hi, I am Abhipsha Parida. I am a pediatric occupational therapist. I have been working with special needs children since the last 10 years. And in this video, I will be sharing some very useful tips to make independence in ADL tasks easier for you. And since we are talking about building independence in daily tasks in this series, there are some things that I really want every parent to know, which will make this process a lot easier for you. So, the first tip is whenever you are trying to teach independence in their daily routine skills, take one skill at a time and you can focus on that skill for about 1 to 2 weeks. Do not teach everything at a time. Like if you are taking several things at a time, like you want to teach brushing and dressing, toileting also, it is very overwhelming for both you and your child. And if it becomes very difficult for your child to learn, then they quickly lose their motivation to learn and the process becomes slower. Just take one skill and work on that skill for about 1 to 2 weeks consistently, and you will see some amazing results if you do this. And here's another bonus point. Once your child starts to be independent in one of the daily routine tasks that he was struggling with previously, he will be much more likely to be motivated to learn the other tasks with much less effort. Now, the second tip is that make the task as easy and as playful as possible for your child. For example, if you are teaching how to use a toothbrush or independence in toothbrushing, then you can use some colorful, playful designer toothbrushes for your child. For bathing, you can use some bathing toys, the small toys, while they are bathing. For toileting, if it is a western style commode, then you can use a step stool so that while sitting on the toilet, the child's legs are not dangling down and they feel much more comfortable while sitting on the toilet. So make the task as easy as possible and as playful as possible. Keep the things that are used for the daily routine at the level of your child so that the child doesn't have difficulty reaching. For example, his dresses, his toothbrush, his tongue cleaner, a towel for wiping, everything should be within his reach so that it will be much more easier for the child to try the task. Now, the third tip is use of visual charts. So this can be very useful, especially for children with special needs. And why? Because most of our daily routine tasks use a series of steps. It's not a single task, it uses a number of steps. Be it brushing, be it toileting, be it bathing, be it dressing, it uses a sequence of steps. So if a child can see it in a visual chart, then it will be much more easier for them to understand and follow the steps. And it will make your task also much easier. So you can use a visual chart for focusing on the particular task that you are teaching right now. For example, this is a visual chart of teeth brushing. There is a sequence of steps that are mentioned required for teeth brushing. And you can also use visual charts for most other ADL activities. You can paste them near the task. For example, you can paste a visual chart of bathing inside the bathroom. You can paste a visual chart for the sequence of dressing in the child's room where he or she dresses. With practice, this thing becomes very useful for you. You can just remind them to check the visual chart for the next sequence of activity, and you don't have to constantly remind them the next step to do. So they can be independently, they will just point at the chart, the next step of activity, and they will do it on their own. The fourth step is you can use songs and counting to help the children remember the steps more easily. For example, suppose you are trying to brushing your teeth, you can say counting 10 times for each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the same for the bottom, and up and down also 10 times. So if you use counting or some simple songs, then the children will remember the steps more easily, and they will be much more interested to do the task independently. Another example is a simple song for hand washing. Was tops and bottoms, in between, round and round and round, round and round and round. Now they're clean, now they're clean. You can use some songs like this for any of the tasks that you are teaching, and they will be more interested to do that task. You can also combine some simple songs and counting. This will make the task fun and easier to follow for the child. The fifth tip. So this is very, very important, which many parents miss. And if you are not working on this thing, then independence in any of the ADL tasks can be very, very difficult. So what is that? You need to observe and find out what particular area your child is struggling with, which component of the task is difficult for your child, or what is the underlying problem behind the challenge that your child is facing while doing a task, daily routine task. Is it the use of both hands? For example, while we are dressing or undressing, we need to use both hands. Is the child not able to use both hands? If he's just trying with one hand, then it can be very difficult. Is it the finger strength? For example, if the child is not able to hold it properly while brushing or while eating, and it keeps on dropping, then there is some problem might be there in the finger strength. Is it the eye-hand coordination? So while eating, does the child understand how to bring it to the mouth, how to hold it, or does it keep on falling, or how to position himself? Is it the posture of the child, or is he having trouble with body balance or body awareness? So can he reach towards the back while tucking in, while putting on a dress, or while combing, or for toileting? Can he do things at the back, some activities that require us to do things at the back of our body? Is he able to do that, or he is not able to plan with that? So what is the underlying cause, the underlying problem that your child is facing while doing a task? That is very, very important to know. And you can ask your therapist can help you with that, and you need to work on that skill first before moving to the particular task. So once your child has some efficiency, has some skill, is developed regarding like the use of both of his hands, or the fine motor strength, or the balance and posture in which he or she is struggling, once that is developed to some extent, then it will be much more easier for him to pick up the task. Do try these tips to make the ADL independence much easier for your child, and let me know in the comment box which area your child is struggling with right now, so that I can suggest some more activity to help you out with that. Sometimes even the smallest changes in how we teach can really make a huge difference. I hope these tips are really useful to you, and they make the daily routines much more calmer and manageable over time. Thank you. Bye bye.